Hi, my name is Tracy Bish, and I am a photographer, a Pilates teacher, a healer, and a lover of the earth. And today I'm here to talk to you about making prayer ties. So these are not prayer ties in the traditional sense. I'm not part of a indigenous tribe, and I haven't been trained through one. So this is prayer ties that I've learned from a teacher that may have learned from our tradition, but I'm not sure. So she always encouraged us to do things and follow our heart. So that's kind of what I've done with prayer ties. I've also done them in several processes. So prayer ties are about making a bundle with fabric and using either cornmeal, tobacco, or sweetgrass, and you're putting a prayer into them. So I've been using this to pray a lot lately. So it is my way of being of service, of holding space by saying prayer. So I'm going to go through and talk to you about how to do this. So traditionally, the colors of fabric used are red, which represents the east, yellow, which represents the south, black, which represents west, white, which represents north, blue, which represents the sky, and green represents the earth. Now, I've not used any of those colors. I've used print on fabric because I am a very creative person and I like pretty things, and so I got pretty fabric. Mine all represent nature though, so I have lots of flowers. I have really pretty blue fabric with flowers and dragonflies and little animals. So I'm just gonna say go with what your heart wants to do. So if you feel like you want a certain color, use that certain color. If you feel like you want prints, use prints. So one of the things that you're gonna do is that you're gonna get some fabric, cotton fabric, and you're gonna cut your fabric into squares. So either 2 by 2, 2 inch by 2 inch, or 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch. Mine are 2 by 2s right now because instead of using cornmeal, I'm using actual seed corn because my prayers, I'm focusing on planting seeds. So we're planting seeds for this transformational time on this earth, so things I want to pray for. So I'm going to cut all my fabric. So I've spent a lot of time cutting fabric, and that in and of itself is an act of prayer. So you're going to want to be focused on cutting that. You're not going to want to be thinking about too much. You're not going to want to thinking about anything negative. This is prayerful. You could actually be repeating prayer over and over and over. And whatever prayers you want to say, I would say. You can do your Hail Marys, you could do like a metta prayer, Buddhist metta prayer, or anything like that, or a native prayer, whatever you feel called to do. Next, you're going to get some either cotton twine or string, or I use yarn. I just use a ball of yarn, whatever color you want to use. Mine is green. And so I'm going to take that yarn, and then what I'm going to do to make a tie, to make the loop that you're going to tie the tie in, is you're going to twist the string so it forms a loop, and then I'm going to bring the string through, and that creates like a tie, a little loop tie. Now it's kind of like a slip knot, so if I pull it, it comes out. So again, I make that knot, I make a loop, and then I thread the string through. And I'm going to try to thread it close to where so if I'm gonna try to space these out fairly evenly, but you can space them out however far you feel like you want to do that. So you're gonna get your string ready by tying that loop. Next, you're going to take, actually before we do that, so before we start our process, I have to catch back up. We're going to set an intention for what our prayers are going to be. So our prayers might be for humanity. They may be for an individual or your family or your city or a group of people that you are connected to. You could pray for humanity, you could pray for the earth, you could pray for water, pray for the air, for clean air, you can pray for the animals, the plants, the insects, whatever you want to pray for. So right now I'm praying for, the collective. I'm praying for balance. I'm praying for humanity, praying for the earth. So I'm doing all that. So every time that I tie a tie or make a loop or make a prayer tie, that intention is in my heart. So going back to the actual tie part, so I'm going to take my little fabric. I have a little 2x2. I'm going to take whatever I have, cornmeal, tobacco, sweetgrass, seed corn, and we are going to place it in the middle. And then we're going to fold one end over so it forms a little triangle. And then we're going to take one side up, so like half a triangle. Then we're going to fold the other side up, and it kind of forms almost like is that a tetrahedral, or I'm not sure what shape that is. But anyway, we have all the fabric folded. We're going to twist it so we create a little bundle, and then we're going to place it in the loop. So before I place it in the loop, I'm going to start this process over again, because I'm actually going to put a prayer into it. So the prayer you choose is completely up to you. So I've done the meta prayer, which is: may all beings have fresh, clean water to drink. May all beings have food to eat. May all beings have a home. May all beings have someone to share their love with. May all beings know their true purpose. May all beings be well and happy and free from suffering. Today I will do what I can to make this so. That is a great prayer that really covers everything. You could do Hail Marys, you could do whatever prayer. Right now I'm praying for balance, so I'm actually doing the Beauty Way prayer from the Navajo. Excuse me. It is, today may I walk in beauty may I walk. With beauty before me may I walk. With beauty behind me may I walk. With beauty above me may I walk. With beauty below me may I walk. With beauty around me may I walk. It is finished in beauty. It is finished in beauty. So I have my little prayer tie. I'm going to loop it through, and then I'm going to pull the string, and it's going to pull tight, and then I'm going to have my little bundle on my string. So I'm just going to repeat this over and over and over and over. I'm going to make my loop, grab my little piece of fabric, put whatever in, say my prayer. As I say my prayer, I'm making my bundle, and then I tie it on. So that's the process of prayer ties. So as you make your prayer ties, you're gonna get a lot. What I like to do is get like a piece of wood, like a stick, and I just wrap my ties around my stick. And then when you feel complete with your prayer ties, you're gonna cut off and leave like a section of string, and you can either hang them in a tree. You could, have a bigger stick and then just tie string or rope, and then you could hang it from a tree like that. You could string it around a tree. You could burn it. One of the ways that people work with prayer ties is they actually burn them. So you would pray, you do all these prayers, and then you would burn them, because fire releases the prayers. So if I hang them in a tree, the air is going to blow the prayers through. I'm actually going to, I have a willow hut here. I'm actually going to string my prayer ties around the outside of my hut on the ground. So because I'm working with seeds, I'm planting seeds, so my seeds are going to be on the earth. So they're going to go into the earth that way. So think about working with the elements and with your prayer ties. Now I probably wouldn't put them in water, because I wouldn't want to pollute the water with fabric or anything. So if you want to, but you could leave them out in the rain. That would be a way to do it in water. So if you hang them in a tree, so you're going to still work with water. So you're going to do that. Whether you choose to leave them up or not is up to you. I think it can go either way. You can leave them hang in a tree forever, or you could choose to leave them hang in a tree or on the earth. and then at some point burn them. If you do choose to burn them at like a full moon or like a solstice or maybe even an equinox, like on a sacred day, an earth day, which would be like an equinox, solstice. Full moons are for releasing, so that would be a great time to do it also. What else? So you're just going to follow your intuition. So you're going to think about what your heart feels would be best for you, because now is the time about listening to ourselves and to our inner wisdom. So in this practice, I would encourage you to do that. You know, if you want to look up on how prayer ties are traditionally made, I would do so. But then you're going to want to follow your heart, because that is going to be your guiding force right now. So do that, follow your heart and your intuition. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And I hope you give this a try. I think it's a great way to be of service during this time, especially if you aren't an outwardly service-orientated person. So you're not out being an activist, you're not out volunteering, you're more of a holding space kind of person. Now, even if you aren't, this is a good practice. But for those of us like myself, I hold space. I'm a space holder. So this is a great practice to do, because it is truly service work in the highest order. So I hope you start to make some prayer ties and find this practice very soothing and meditative for you, especially during times of great chaos, transformation, and it will bring you back to yourself, and it will help you ground yourself, because it will create a sense of purpose higher than yourself. So I hope you give it a try, and again, let me know if you have any questions. Until next time, take care.